biggest fitness myths out there, I think there are actually quite a few, so I don't really think there's specifically one that sticks out more than another. But people believe that if you're eating fats, that you are going to gain fat, and that's not always the truth. Also, for instance, I mentioned before, high intensity interval training. People think that when you're training at a very, very high intensity, that's when you're going to burn fat. So going onto the treadmill, running as hard as you can, or doing a spinning class and really burning out the calories, that you're going to be accessing fats. And for me, that is the biggest myth, because those type of calories that you're burning aren't coming from fat reserves, they're coming from glycogen reserves. So once the actual individual becomes more educated on what they're doing, they'll understand how the body works, especially when it comes also then to consuming fats. You get healthy fats and you get bad fats, and healthy fats can actually help you lose weight, like coconut oil and those type of fats. So those, to me, I think are the biggest myths out there. I think the most important thing people need to realize is that your body is a machine, so you need to take care of it. So as much as you buy a motor vehicle and it needs to be serviced and you take good care of it, your body is exactly the same. However, we need to do that on a daily basis. A lot of people feel that people that go to the gym are basically doing it, for an aesthetic reason. So they want to look good going to the beach, they want to be able to take the costumes off and be comfortable. And that's not really what fitness is all about. Fitness is about health, and wellness. And that could mean, anything from being able to run up and down stairs or run around a track. Those things are critical for a human being. Even just basic movements, picking something up from the ground, lying on the ground and getting up quite comfortably. Those things are important. We need to take care of our bodies. The day that we forget about our bodies are going to forget about us. We're going to start feeling ill. We're going to start injuring ourselves. And you can clearly see, especially with the trend of fitness improving the last 40 to 50 years, how people, when they age, and they have been training and they are active and they are eating well, you can see that those individuals actually look younger at a much older age. For me, for one, I'm 41 years old, and I feel probably as healthy as I did at 25. And the reason for that being is because I watch my food, I'm making sure that I train. And my training doesn't just circulate around aesthetics, wanting to look good. I certainly do my fitness training, I certainly do my stretching, which are critical components in health. You can't just go throughout every single day being inactive as individuals are, because that's going to bring injury, it's going to bring disease, it's going to bring illness. And that's why, for me, fitness is so important, and why people should actually continue with that, whether they're on a fitness journey for aesthetics, fitness journey for wellness, or fitness journey to be able to be fitter than they currently are, just to keep on going on it, keep on staying motivated. Because I can assure you, the day that they start doing that is the day that they are going to start aging. Their bodies will start moving backwards, and we want to move forward. We want to be healthier so that we can expand our lives and extend our lives, and that's where health and fitness comes in. So I did a lot of sport when I was at school. I did a lot of track and field, and I did a lot of I played rugby. And the one thing that I observed, while I was watching track and field, on TV, and like Michael Johnson and Carl Lewis and those guys, is they had these tremendously well-built bodies, so they'd run and they'd finish a race and they'd be absolutely ecstatic, and they'll take their vests off and you just see these bulging muscles underneath that. And for me, I wanted that, so the aesthetic components of a body looking good, looking healthy, looking strong is what appealed to me the most, and that was something I pursued. And I think I was about 15 or 16 years old when that happened. So the first thing I did was went to CNA. I started buying, I think it was Muscle and Fitness back then, muscular development magazines, so that I could learn how to train, because we didn't have Google, we didn't have computers accessing that type of information. So, back then I needed to go buy magazines for that, which is what I did. So at the age of 16, I started buying these magazines, learning about compound training and weight loss training. And, that's when I started gaining all my experience and all my knowledge, was basically just reading material. So for me, wanting to look good, improve the aesthetics of the body, look strong, and that's also probably why I got into fitness competitions and bodybuilding, because that's where my passion lied. So I started that from a very, very young age, and that's how I got into it.